Here's the RSVP Maker mailer solution for sending out an email newsletter promoting Florida Bulldog, a watchdog investigative news site, nonprofit news site in South Florida. So the idea is once a news story is published and it's looking good on the website, we can go to our WordPress dashboard and we can compose a little newsletter promoting this post that uses the same editor and tools that you would use to create web content. So I'm going to go into email promos here. And what I'm going to get is this content in a template that parallels the styling of the public website. So it includes a promo for this latest post with a link to read more, plus several other different headlines. So the defaults here are, we're going to take the first 5 paragraphs from the story and then link to read more on the website, and then show 4 additional recent posts or recent stories. And the read more button is labeled read more. So these defaults can be changed. So what we have set up right now is we can go from here into the editor if we want to tweak this a little bit. Now when we open this in the editor, we can tweak the content. We can edit this pretty much like we would edit any blog post, but it shows an excerpt and read more and the headlines. And if for some reason maybe I didn't want to include one of these, or I wanted to include a different one, I could change it right in this user interface. But if I make my changes and go out and view it, but there was also a link to skip this step and go straight to viewing this in the email template. We're going to see pretty much what people will see when this lands in their inbox. So it's the excerpt from the story, read more, several headlines, and then down the bottom we have it set up with, because this is a nonprofit news site, how to donate to support them in continuing to do their work. So I might want to send this as a preview to myself first. So now I think I'm ready to send it out to my main email list. I'm going to click check email list. It's also possible to set up segments of your list, but here I just want to send out to the whole list of subscribers to Florida Bulldog. And I will click send. And it will come back with a prompt. This is just an are you really sure that you're ready to go? And if I am ready to go, I'm going to click confirm here, and that message will go out to the entire list of more than 2,600 people. Now this isn't the only kind of content I can send out. If I go to RSVP mailer and add new, I'll get basically a blank template in this same format. So if I wanted to send out, say, a fundraising appeal, and if there was some special fundraising link that I wanted to include here, I could do that. I can set this up and send it out to the whole list, just as I showed you previously. Yet another technique, I could go to any post on the website, any story on the website, in the case of this news site. And if I go to new RSVP email, well, if I just clicked here, I would get a blank message. But I can also copy this entire post into my email template, or I can take just an excerpt. So again, it's going to take the first few paragraphs. It's also going to include this image that was up top. And this doesn't have the additional headlines, but it would be a post just focused on that one thing. And if I wanted to edit this somehow, maybe I decide I want to use a smaller version of this image, I can make changes in here Maybe I want to include another paragraph that I just copy and paste in here. Whatever I want to do, I'll update this. And again, I'm going to view it in my email template that includes the controls that I can use to send a preview to myself or to click to send it out to the entire list. Now, by default, those excerpts just take the first several paragraphs. But if you thought that there was a natural break in the story and you wanted to have a little bit more control, there is also a specific WordPress block called the More block, as in read more. And I can include the More block in the original post, and now when I go to take an excerpt for purposes of email, it will break right after that sentence. So again, we'll do new excerpt to email. And we'll see that the article cuts off right after this mention of the Police Benevolent Association, just as I specified with the more tag.